Part 3 of this 4-part series on the Mafika Lisiu Pass covers the first half of the eastern descent. In the hazy distance, the headwaters of the Nature River can be seen at the point where it merges with the Katse Dam. From the summit point, the road enters the Bokong Nature Reserve, which is approximately 5.5 kilometers wide and 7 kilometers long. This entire video falls within the boundaries of the nature reserve. The Bokong Nature Reserve is a picturesque hiker-friendly reserve at altitudes that range between 2,800 and 3,200 meters above sea level. The reserve contains Afro-alpine wetlands at the sources of the Bokong and Lepakawa rivers, plus montane grassland and patches of heatherland boulder beds, both of which are regular haunts of the Vaal rebuck. The reserve's highlight, however, is the Lepakawa waterfall, which freezes in winter to form a solid column of ice. The reserve's entrance is next to the visitor center, signposted off the highway beyond the Mafika Lisiu Pass. Perched on the edge of a cliff overlooking the Lepakawa Valley, the visitor center has a picnic site and interpretive trail to the top of the Lepakawa Falls, as well as guides and horses for hire. There's also a 2 to 3 day hike along the Alpine Plateau to the Chelanyani National Park to the north. Camping is possible throughout the reserve, and there are also 2 stone and thatch rondavels close to the falls. The visitor center of the Bokong Nature Reserve is open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily and is perched on the edge of a 100-meter cliff, which was built with the aim of educating visitors to the kingdom about the ecology, geological and paleontological history of the Lesotho highlands. You may see cattle posts, which are called matebo, which are the rooms of interconnected cattle shelters and kraals for stock that were built from stone. Reasonable populations of rebuck still occur on the plateau grass and heartlands, and the whole area abounds with colonies of the endemic ice rat, which despite its cute appearance is heavily predated by all the small and medium mammalian carnivores and avian raptors in the area. The Bokong Nature Reserve calls loud and clear to the birders, being an ideal place from which to see the bearded vulture, as well as many bird species endemic to this Afro-alpine zone. When driving these mega passes in Lesotho, we cannot stress enough the need to use engine compression to slow your vehicle down. Overuse of the foot brake can easily cause brakes to overheat and fail, with catastrophic consequences. For manual vehicles, simply select an appropriate gear that allows you to only use your foot brake occasionally, and then only gently. It's what we term feathering. For automatic vehicles, change down to second or even low gear by manually changing down and locking it in place. Don't worry about the high engine revolutions that you'll experience. This is completely normal. The first part of the descent is fairly steep until you reach the 15.5 kilometer point. Most drivers will hardly notice it, but for the next 3 kilometers the road actually climbs, although it's very gently. Be sure to watch part 4 and the final video of this series on the Mafika Lisiu Pass.